Well, life has nearly killed me, and my mind has put me on the edge. Life has nearly killed me, and my mind has put me on the edge. Though I can barely crawl, I've got to walk where these angels' feet are tread. Darkness nearly drowned me. Sunlight alone, don't it burn my eyes? Darkness nearly drowned me, and the sunlight, Lord, don't it burn my eyes? This valley is much too deep, and this mountain so very high. My cup is nearly empty. I got such a long, long way to go. My cup is nearly empty. I got such a long, long way to go. I got to lay down here and rest before I can take another step down that lonesome road. Where the darkness nearly drowned me, the sunlight burned my eyes. This valley is much too deep, and this mountain so very high. I gotta lay down here and rest where I can take another step down this lonesome road. Well, my cup is nearly empty. I got such a long, long, long way to go.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to another installment right here at EDC Show. You all know Johan. Say what's up, Johan.
What's up, guys? It's Johan here.
And today we are joined by Mr. Shake and Wake and Shake, Mr. Wake and Shake himself, Byron Liatos. What's up, man?
Welcome, Byron. Welcome.
Oh, it's another show. It's another week. How's your week been there, Johan?
Well, it's been a little bit busy, to say the least. Kind of just preparing for like the whole Christmas rush and making Black Friday orders have been kind of keeping me very, very busy. But it's good, man. I like the rush. I like the hustle and bustle. You know, going to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. It keeps me happy. How are you guys been, Byron? How you been, dude?
Busy. Yes. It's not a good time of year for me, eh?
Why not? Tell us about it. Tell us about what you do.
Currently, I'm working more as a copywriter in an ad agency, but most of our clients are fast-moving consumer goods. So this time of year, it's madness. Yeah,
I can
it's
just
a lot
imagine.
of work. Eh? It's like a lot of big brands. So yeah, they all want their back-to-school stuff already. Some are asking for Easter stuff. Yeah. It's a bit mad.
Yeah, but I mean, in the advertising business, you kind of have to do these things way out ahead of time.
Yeah. But sometimes people only wake up a bit too late, eh?
Yeah.
So that's what we're dealing with now.
We got G already. We got Gareth already in the comments going like, lies. Lies. So for some other reason, I wasn't allowed to tell Gareth that Byron was coming. So yeah, I don't know. These guys are like kids, man. Playing games.
I enjoy the live chat a lot. Like I'm sitting here, like while you guys are talking, I always read the comments and I'm like, I want to laugh so hard, but I don't want to interrupt the show. Dude, so Byron, tell us a little bit more, man. Where did you come from? Where did you start collecting knives? What was your first knife? Tell us a little bit.
I think my first knife, I got when I was about 13. It was a Victorinox Woodsman that my mom brought back from Southwest Africa back then, down Namibia. But yeah,
Do you still have it?
yeah.
Oh,
still
wow.
got it.
Still got your first knife. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then the second one was
Where was that in like the 1700s, eh?
1820. Don't exaggerate.
Dude, I
Did you
think
bring
a
it
lot
with?
of people's first
No.
knives were Victorinox knives. I still remember, like, my first knife was also like a little Swiss Army knife, like a little Chinese, knockoff
Yeah.
Victorinox Swiss Army knife. That's pretty cool.
My first knife, as far as I remember, and I'm going way back, I was about 8 or 9 years old, and my grandfather gave me a mini little fake Hong Kong Buck 110. It's like, it was like this big, man. Yeah, open.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
So
yeah.
tell us a little bit more, man. So from there on, you got your first Victorinox, and then do you have any other memorable knives from your childhood that you collected?
Not really. Actually, shortly after that, I remember going to Sharp Edge with my pocket money. I was about 13. And it
Sharp
was-
Edge. Is
Yeah.
Sharp Edge been open that long?
It was in Eastgate,
Since-
downstairs by the movie house. That's how long
Oh.
ago.
There we
So,
go.
yeah.
There we go.
And there was
Okay,
all
so we're
black
talking
knife
Okay, cool.
without a sheath. And then I bought it and realized it wasn't metal. It was like a plastic poke you, stab you, Joel. That's why it was so cheap.
Oh no,
That's about it,
Of
eh?
course. So we're talking like what, 1829 right now?
Years ago.
1829. I like to give this crap. Plenty
about
crap.
1832.
Ah,
Be accurate.
okay. Got my
Oh, you're
dates
gonna-
wrong there.
Are you gonna hit us with that pocket dump, man? We're gonna see that pocket dump. So
Of
we're gonna
course.
go quickly switch over to the desk view, and we can lay them out right here. Let me get some things out the way here.
It's actually quite depressing because I don't carry a lot of things in my pockets. I hate it. Like, I don't carry pry bars, coins, flashlights. It's just too much. I carry a knife, basically a lighter, and a wallet. That's it.
Knife light. What? Carrying it light, man. Well, at least you got a phone as well.
So it's a little RFID leather wallet.
Put it down here. Put it down here. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Should we start counting people's money on the show and giving
There's
them
not much in
status?
there.
We give them status.
There's no status in
Just-
there.
It's
Why not
parking
just
money, this
leak
show.
the credit card numbers while you're at it?
This is not even enough to pay off a cop for a bribe. What's wrong with you? Oh, is that in the coin pouch in the car? Eh?
It's like in the glove box already, ready to go.
A big lighter every day.
Strikes one time. First time.
Always.
Epic.
Best lighter.
Epic.
And
Oh, the Heretic
a
Manticore.
heretic.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty dope. Now, let's quickly shoot back over here, back to our main view. And I want to talk to you
If you can,
a little bit
Let's.
about this.
I want to show.
Yeah.
Show that to the camera a little bit closer if you can.
Yeah, I got some lights up now, so we can light things up properly. If I get my ugly
Because-
damn face out the way, we can see some things here.
I'm
Yeah.
I really like the Heretic versions of the OTFs much more than I like any other out the fronts. Especially like the Benchmates and that stuff. The Heretic is probably my favorite, like the one that I want the most.
So yeah, tell us why this and not that. Pass the blue knife there on the wall. Pass the blue knife there on the wall. There we go. See there, Combat Trudon. And I ain't gonna comment on this one. I'm gonna leave this one up to you. I've commented in my life enough on OTFs.
Why a heretic and not a microtech?
Yeah.
That's quite simple. I've seen too many on your workbench. I think I saw 12 at once.
12 in one go,
That
yeah.
hadn't even gone into customers' hands, I think, or something. I can't remember, but it was like quite an eye opener.
Yeah.
And then I had a UTX 70 for about half a day, and
Yeah.
I felt the spring go ding
Oh,
inside the
shit.
thing. So.
Well, it's the same,
But I
feel
do
that
like
action.
them. I think they're great looking knives in that. I just don't trust them,
Yeah, yeah.
because of what I've seen.
It's also
And still,
much harder
yes,
action.
No.
So,
can't
Phil,
even
I think
retract this.
if you can like really summarize what normally goes wrong on the microtechs, because you have like hands-on experience, you've fixed hundreds of these things. What is the thing that goes wrong the most with them?
So it's usually one of four things, and I don't think one is more than the other. Number one, people drop them on the face over here, Tong. And the throat closes and pinches the blade when it comes out. So that's number one. The other one is pocket lint and stuff going inside. The other one is the spring breaking. The main spring breaks quite often. You got to replace the spring. And then the fourth, which I would probably think is the most out of the lot, is people spraying oil in there way too much and using the wrong oil. So as soon as you put an oil that's anything other than OTF oil, because OTF oil's got to be really like water, man. The viscosity's got to be super low. It's got to pour like water. If it at all takes a second to drop, you can't put it in the knife because it causes hydraulic actions and things. I mean, you just go on the group. I posted one year, literally 2 days ago that I did. Somebody just took WD-40, sprayed it in there, and then the knife stops working. And you'd think
too much friction. It causes too much friction with the springs and everything. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But
then, so for the average guy, I mean, if you buy a Microtech, what tips would you give to a person? Like, let's say 2 tips. What not to do with your OTS when you get them?
Well, I can tell you what to do. All right. So you go straight onto Martinel's website, the knife guy, or whoever else sells, and you go and check out some Heretic OTF oil. So the saying is the only way to fix your Microtech is to put a little Heretic in it, and then it'll work. So it's mainly that WD-40 Q20 or any of those cheap tool in a can that the guys buy and they spray it in, and then it just does not work at all. And it doesn't take much to make one of these fail. It really doesn't. Then it's done. Luckily on the new ones you can just sort it again. But you'll find that on most of the OTF. This one is very light, so the action on the Heretics are so much smoother and easier to operate with your finger. Like you can speed this. I can't do that with a Trudon. There is no ways. I don't have the strength in my thumb to be able to do that quick thing.
So you're talking about the action is just there's too much friction and there's too much. It's too hard to actually
the
engage.
The springs in this is tighter, a lot tighter. It shoots out much harder though. Like it clacks like proper. It comes out. But you literally it takes effort.
But there's a trade-off.
If I've done that like 10 times, my thumb is numb. I can't do that anymore. Yeah.
Can you tell the people what happens when you accidentally clip out the knife and some of your fingers are in the way?
I've tried to once shoot myself like that, and
then
like a dumbass, it went in about 13 millimeters into. I've still got the scar. It's probably not going to show up on camera, but you can check. Still got the scar there. And I think we got to ask Gareth what happens because that guy did one of these dances the one day with his Microtech over here, and he tried to shoot it in between his fingers like this. But he slightly had it clocked. He slightly had it clocked, and he gave himself a lacquer flappy.
But why though? But why, Byron? Why?
It's Gareth.
Oh my dear Lord! Oh my dear Lord! No. Do not play with these things. Why do you want to play with them?
Why else would you want a OTF knife? It's a toy. It literally is a toy.
Stuff like this. Don't do stuff like this. There's a reason why it shoots out.
I actually like fidgeting with them, man.
Yeah, man, it's very addictive, and
they annoy anyone else who isn't fidgeting with them.
I must say,
Byron, what else do you like to carry besides the OTFs? What else do you like to carry?
He's brought some knives.
Protex.
Yeah,
I like Protex. I've had a couple of them.
The autos.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thumb studs. Definitely thumb studs.
Thumb studs, yeah. Also thumb studs.
I'd say that's my favorite.
Yeah. I would say my favorites also, I think, thumb studs. I don't have that much experience with OTFs and that stuff. I don't think I've ever handled an OTF actually. I just kind of like the look of the Heretics and stuff. The Microtechs, they look like, the tactical movement. They are too tactical for me. Like the heretics look nice, but I don't like the tactical, cheese grater look. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's much more hardcore, and I'd say like manly, rugged looking the Microtechs versus the Heretics.
Yeah.
But the Heretics is just finessed, and also the springs inside. Believe it or not, although it's a lighter action, is actually quite beefier. The whole carriage on the inside on the Heretic is the cams. Everything is bigger inside the Heretic, but yet it functions easier. So yeah,
Do you
it just
guys have
doesn't shoot down.
experience with the Benchmade OTFs?
A rattle machine. So you go
I
like
don't know.
this,
I
and
don't
you
know.
do this,
I
and it goes
know
clack,
nothing
clack, clack,
about
clack,
them.
clack, clack, clack. They all do that. It just
Okay.
Like
And
there's no noise. Listen here.
is that like
It's nothing.
just the design of the knife? Is the action different? What's different between these ones and the Benchmade one that makes the Benchmade rattle?
It's just the design. It's
Tolerances?
just the
Tolerances
design.
maybe?
Look, you must remember that both for Heretic and Microtech, their main form of knife is OTF. They have spent
Yes, of
absolute
course. Yeah.
years and countless model after model after model to perfect that kind of stuff. And as far as I know, Heretic is Marfion's son.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So I mean, he learned from the best, and I would made it better. I don't know. I lean more to the one someday and more to the other one on other days. It depends what I feel like. But for Benchmade, I mean, they spent years and years doing flippers, and then they bring out an OTF. Like,
Yes.
they
Yeah.
really. I don't just think they'd have the experience of it. But if they had to bring out countless forms and models of that, they'll get better over the years, exactly like that. But yeah, that's pretty much just of it.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, like they have so much experience, Benchmade. How many versions of the bug out have there been? So, they do a good bug out and they do a good lock. I mean, I'm playing with my Benchmade right now, but if they had enough experience like Microtech has, I don't know. I think they could do a cool thing, a cool version of the OTF. But I
And
mean, the rattling thing.
Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
that
I'm
does
not
not
saying
sound good.
Benchmade doesn't have experience with making knives, because they really do. It's just one OTF out of 6 trillion folders.
Exactly.
The
Yes,
variety
yes.
is it's the same as Spartak. It's the variety of Spartakers and Benchmade is
course.
insane.
Of
They know
course.
what they're doing. But you gotta every once in a while, if your loyal followers as Benchmade wants an OTF, you gotta make it, man. You gotta make it. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. You gotta do something that satisfies the masses. I mean, I see that in my business too. You gotta go with the trends and see what the trends are, and if you don't, you kind of get lost in the translation. I get that a lot. Byron, show us some knives, man. I want to see your freaking collection, dude.
You brought some cool knife.
I didn't bring a
Or
lot.
should we do I think we'll do a first sponsor segment and then we'll go to the collection. I think.
Just
Yeah,
quickly
let's do
hit.
that.
This episode of the EDC podcast show is in part brought to you by Knife Machine Tools and Supplies. KMTS is a proud South African knife making supply shop. They have been sourcing and supplying knife makers with premium quality goods and raw materials and hardware at affordable prices for over 20 years. KMTS also hosts a number of knife making events where top SA knife makers come and show the newbies exactly how it's done. If you want to learn how to make a knife, they also have a fully equipped training facility. So check out KMTS down in the link in the description below. Back. Yeah.
Back again.
So,
Okay, awesome.
Let's check out that new knife you just had here. That was really cool.
Here's a question. Should we ask Byron to rate them, like from from his favorite to like the most favorite, or should we just do them randomly?
I don't think I could do that, eh? I don't have a favorite.
This guy is the world's biggest Plunkett knives fan. Like, you don't get a bigger Plunkett fan than this guy.
Definitely.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, I think I just take them out. I know you got some cool knives, man. He doesn't. He's quality over quantity. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy that frequently. Eh?
Yeah.
I'd rather buy a piece I really, really like than, Also, I felt
Yeah, of
I had a
course.
lot of knives at one time, and you lose touch with them. You don't.
Yes.
Eventually, you forget about knives. You don't play with them, and then you lose the flavor of them, and then you realize you've got 8-9 grand's worth of knives you don't touch anymore, just rotting it away in the
course.
cupboard. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, I'd like rather not have a vast quantity of knives and
Yeah.
less, but more that I appreciate, you know,
Bring 'em
and
on.
play with
Yeah,
and so
It
forth.
makes
Bring
sense
'em
because
on.
I mean,
So should we start with
playing
some
with
fixed blades? then?
Yeah, bring it fixed blade.
Oh yes, yes.
So this is a Quaken Magnus stone made for me, Tinner stone. It's lava flow fat carbon and Bertie Reed
Ooh.
felt ladder Damascus from Shire Forge.
That's super nice.
And
That's super nice.
yeah, I was pretty chuffed with the way it
Who
came
did
out.
you say? Is this
Magnus Stone.
Magnus
Magnus
Stone.
Stone.
Tinner Stone, son, the
Oh, dude.
slip joint maker.
You haven't sharpened this, eh? This is
No.
from straight from
Yeah.
him. This is probably one of the most even edges I've seen coming out of custom shop. I'm talking about the sharp edge, the actual cut part there. You can see
Yeah,
it
yeah.
shine there, make it shine. Yeah, it's very even. Usually it's over to the one side or to the other side, or the tip is blunt or something. But that is dope. I don't think I've ever handled
really-
one of.
I
And it's
really
a
like
very
the
basic
Quaken
design.
style. The Quaken style is so simple, but it's super nice. It's so nice.
It's one of my favorites by far.
And I dig the orange. I really dig the orange.
Yeah, it looks so
Yeah.
cool. Looks so
Repsol
cool.
knife.
And he also did that nice little trick on
Yes.
it with the way it tapers.
Yeah. Oh, check at that. So the actual handle tapers from thick to thin over here. Pretty
Yeah, the
evenly
tape-
on both sides.
You call
Let
it
me
a
show you,
tapered tang, yeah.
No, it's
No, not the
actually
tang.
the scales.
The
that taper.
scales.
Oh, is it the scales? I can't
Yeah.
really see that
So
good.
you've got
on
more of
my
a
side.
swell on your pinky finger.
Yeah,
area.
your focus,
Yeah.
your camera's focus.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
get close enough for that.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it is cool for if you need to pull it out of something. You got a thicker part at the back, so it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
it's
you've
not
got
as
something to
easy to
grip on.
lose. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
get
cool.
past
Yeah.
the ribs.
Let's put that one back. That's sharp.
What's
What's
next on the
there,
list?
Byron?
Then I'd say probably my favorite South African fixed blade maker, Johan Jordan.
Oh yes.
Everyone's
oh yes.
got
Oh.
a Jordan, well, most.
So this is Pocket Donkey, right?
Yeah.
The drop point.
Mm.
Ooh. What is that? Ah, it's just a piece of cardboard. There we go. Check it out.
Nice. And that's Burlap Mikata.
Steel? A burlap micarta. Yeah.
M390.
Yes.
on that one.
M390. Oh yeah.
Nice,
Hand finished.
nice. Or is it the hand satin one?
Hand satin, yeah. A hand
Johannes
rubbed
told
version.
me like
Check it out,
M390
super.
is an absolute bitch to hand satin.
And this is the perfect size for an EDC fixed blade for somebody that doesn't have dwarf hands.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely,
Does-
definitely.
Does its thing very nicely.
And they're
Yeah.
tough as well. I mean, you know the heat treat. Remember
Oh, yes.
the one you batoned?
Yeah. Now,
UNG, that race.
yes, that's right. Where?
Through
I
the
think I put
hardwood.
it away. Now, this also one of the few knife makers that uses a KME to sharpen and establish sharp bevels and whatever. So also absolute perfect edge, really sharp on any Johan Jordan knife. Really damn epic. I want to get Mr. Johan Jordan on the show. Oh, you got the what's that? One
This is the Ghost
Ghost.
2.0. Yes.
That's
yeah.
a nice one.
Um,
I like that.
my lights is just really bad, but yeah, he's also like this is the N690 one.
the bigger one.
And then, yeah, this is a camp knife I got him to make me.
Oh,
Also
nice.
Johan Jordan,
Yeah.
eh? And this is Mexican
Haven't gone
blanket
camping with it
micarta.
yet, but
Yes.
Yeah. So this is much bigger, much more. Well, you can't really judge with my hands because apparently I got
Proper
mini
camp
hands.
knife. Proper camp
Yeah.
knife.
Super cool.
That's very, very
And,
nice.
Sharp. Oh, yeah.
How thick is
that
that?
is
Because
sharp.
I know a lot of the camp knives have really thick stock to them.
Stock. Can you reach the vernier there? I'll tell you exactly what the stock
Because
is.
I've seen so many of the the camp knives. They have like 5-6 millimeter
yeah,
stock.
it's
No,
not like a top.
This is not like that. Formal. This
Yeah.
is formal. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
four
really
is great. 4 is great for camping.
Yeah, like my chunky monkey is like way thicker. I think it's like a 5.5 or something.
Yeah,
That's
that
Ooh,
thing
proper.
okay,
proper to destroy stuff.
It's called the chunky monkey for a reason.
Like an axe in the
For a
sheath.
reason.
Bring them on. Bring
Nice.
them on.
Nice.
He brought quite a bit, so we're gonna have to go through them.
Dude,
like
show
quick.
them all. Show them all.
Yeah.
Your
then
desk
probably
cam,
my
Phil.
favorite.
Would the desk cam be not better to show on the desk cam?
Let's quickly shoot over to the desk cam and just see. Yeah, we can do
Because then
that.
you can hold it maybe closer to the camera so people can get a full frame of it.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Solver. A JDVD
Oh,
Solver.
that's
This
so
is my
nice.
absolute favorite one. I don't think this camera focuses very well, man. That's the only thing.
That's too
And I
bad.
think with the light that I've got here up now, let me switch back. I've actually, and this is one of these first ones, eh?
Yeah, that was the field grade prototype.
So talk a little bit about the JDVD knives. You know, I know he does quite a few versions. Which version is that? What steel? What scale material is that?
It's Zerk, pivot collar, and it's the field grade. It's actually quite basic. It doesn't have like a Zerk clip. It's got a blackened Damascus clip, blackened scales, Zerk pivot collar, and geez, I actually can't remember the steel. And carbon.
it's
It's
coming loose
like
now.
one of his more basic no frills builds. That's why it's
Okay,
the field
awesome.
grade.
This is my favorite knife that you have. And just now, Johan, if you can just distract him, and I'll put it here in a drawer. And then, yeah.
No, just make like you're going to the bathroom and just slip it in the pocket. You know, I'm sure you won't notice.
I just always check this logo of JDVD. Looks so much like Bestech, man.
I've noticed that as well. I've noticed that as well.
Sorry,
Miss-
JD, if you're
wait.
watching.
We got Mr. Rates Rotsith watching today, man. We got royalty watching today.
Wow.
Nice,
How's it,
nice.
Rates? Yeah, man. See what
Not
these
saving
guys-
lives.
Not saving lives today. Clearly, he's wasting his life watching our show. That's what he's doing.
Organ harvesting day.
So guys, just before we carry on, the most intelligent question. Rule number 9, Quayne. It's coming your way. The most intelligent
That's it.
question today.
That's
This
it.
one's already started patinaing. I got to patina it some more. But yeah, we'll giving this one away. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I think the
Already
most
seen-
intelligent question so far is probably Jonas asking, "What's up with the image today? It's not as crisp as usual."
Whose image?
I don't know. I don't know. He's probably talking about the stream image, but knowing Jonas's, internet, his internet history, it's probably his internet that's the problem.
Yeah, don't blame us. This is uncapped
Can't
gigabit.
blame us.
Yeah.
No, can't blame us for that, unfortunately. Show us some knives. What's next?
The Silver, man.
So, probably my most favorite production knife in the world. I
let
really
me-
love
let me
this
guess.
knife.
No, I'm not gonna guess. It's the first one.
Yeah.
Get fisted. Here we go.
Just the design, everything about it. Even the severely ostentatious lightning bolt clip.
Knife acoustics at its finest. It's the best sounding knife I've ever heard. Oh, it's got that slack. Oh, check it out.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
Yeah.
I like that pocket lip, eh?
I don't know. It's you either like it or you don't.
It's one
You
of
either
those,
like it
it's
or you
like
don't.
the Chavez
It's
clip.
different.
It's like
Yeah.
the extra schmancy.
Yeah,
And the action.
Pocket
it's
jewelry.
different.
Check this action.
It's different, but you kind of like it. It's different, but you like it.
Definitely a big fan of that knife.
Nice. Phil likes the drop down.
Yeah, it's got a. For me, a knife has
gravity
to do.
close.
It has to do that.
I
Or
don't
it's,
really. There's no value to me. I mean, this is a Kaiser, and I mean, it just also closes the same way. I don't. There's not much value to me to the whole drop shot thing. For me
with
personally,
you
I'm
there as
saying.
well. Like,
Yeah.
drop shot doesn't mean a whole lot.
if this had a
No,
thumb
it really
stud,
doesn't. It really
This
doesn't.
had a
still
thumb
want
stud.
thumb stud one. But yeah,
Oh.
I
the
mean-
whole drop shot thing, like I'm still wondering when a knife closed became more important on hard open.
What steel is
Exactly.
this?
So
No, I
that's
agree with
strange.
you.
I'm gonna
That's why-
change the
I agree
subject
with
because I'm not gonna answer this one. What steel is this? M390 as well. 20 CV.
No,
20 CV. Yeah. 20 CV. That's really dope. Really dope. Bring them on. What's next? I think we got like 6 more pouches here.
6
let's-
more. There you go. I like to hear
Let's
that. I like
offend
to
some
hear that.
people.
Oh, we're gonna offend some people.
Why? How so?
Strider. This
Why would that
SNG.
offend
What's
someone?
this
The
SNG?
SMF.
SMF. It's a
Because
really
of the
cool one.
whole lie he told. So
Yeah,
there's a
well,
lot
we're
of
not gonna
people-
we're not gonna
yeah.
get into that on the show.
Okay,
So it's got the
I'm zero experience with that. So
yeah.
I like Striders. I like them a
I
lot.
don't care what he did. I like his knives.
So
I like the knives. I don't care about the politics, but it's been my dream to have a Strider for a long time.
yeah, it's cool because they got like 6 trillion choils. It's amazing. Yeah. Super brute knives, man. This one's a little bit too big for me. I personally prefer the PT, but for what they are just absolutely insane, man. There's a
They're
lot of
epic,
fake ones
man.
going
They're
around,
so
hey guys.
cool.
Be careful.
Yes,
There's
I've saw,
plenty
yeah.
fake Striders going around.
On the
Yeah.
second-hand market, have you seen the second-hand knife market these days? It's like there's so many fakes. It's not even funny anymore.
Yeah, Spartaco.
Um,
I've never seen a fake Benchmade. Have you seen a fake Benchmade? Do you get
yeah,
them?
I've seen quite a few.
Yeah, and
Especially
Alibaba,
the
eh?
Benchmades.
Where
The
you get the
Benchmades.
fake
Yeah.
Striders, fake Microtechs.
How's it, Mr. Manser? What's happening? Welcome. We got Mr. Manser watching today. Oh, yeah. Super special and rates, bro.
Nice.
You're a famous guy now. You're a famous guy now.
Yeah, see, it just proves G-Skate everyone.
Yeah, nobody watched Gareth when he was here. Everybody was like, nah,
Yeah.
screw it. We don't want
Yeah.
to see that guy.
Nah, screw Gareth.
Did you bring a Mansa? Let's show for Mansa. This would be the show's first. No, it's
Oh.
not the show's first Mansa. Gareth had his Mansa on the
I
show.
bought another Strider for you to look
Another
at.
Strider. Okay, let's have a look at another Strider. Oh, this one is epic. This is the right size. For me.
Yeah.
What is
there
this
we
one called?
go.
The Gunny Grip SNG.
It's the SNG.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's nice. That's so nice.
and
That one's in PD1
so-
still.
check the difference in size there. It's quite a chunky. Like if I grip onto this, I mean, half the knife is still in Cape Town.
I like the bigger one. Personally, I
yeah.
like the bigger knife.
Yeah,
Bigger
you
knives
got
have
bigger
always,
hands.
garnered interest. But
This
the smaller
texture-
one for EDC though is
I
would
find
be
it a
great.
bit rough.
It's more than a bit rough. It's more than a bit rough. This texture
I
on
don't
here
wear gloves. So.
is insanely hard, but I dig it. I dig it. But I got like workshop hands, so it doesn't hurt me. But I can imagine like somebody with like woman hands, like my wife or you'll you'll get screwed. You know.
My sissy
The Byrons
keyboard
of the world.
hands. My Word document hands.
This is G10, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, that's good machining on G10. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have said that was G10 unless you told me. Unless I didn't look at the top. Yeah, I mean it literally feels like steel, like machined. Yeah.
I think they're like a lot
That's very,
better
very
bolt
nice.
than some people think they are.
Definitely cool. Definitely cool.
And you can always see a Strider. He's got his own design name.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
pick it out in
It's
the
very
back.
iconic.
That's what I like about
Very
it.
iconic.
What do you
design,
mean? He only makes one looking knife.
And
Only
the
one.
75.
The what? 75.
What's it? The 75 AR
You got a
or
yeah,
75 AR or I forget the model now, but yeah, it's another model. He makes those two models in fixed blades
All right.
at the moment. That's about it. But
Yeah, I've seen some of his fixed blades. Fixed blades looks quite cool. Yeah, super tactical.
This is the
Yeah.
75 AR. It's this one.
ah.
it's also a big chunky knife, like the
There we
SMF.
go.
Oh, that
from
is a
my
cool looking
understanding.
blade.
That looks
I like
so
it.
nice, eh?
I like a knife that I can hold in the hand and put the blade flat down on the table. I dig that. Like the full belly of the blade down on the table while it's in my hand. That's my favorite. Yeah.
Like a chef.
Like yeah. Like a Borka blade, that kind of Warncliffe shape kind of thing with a big
yeah,
fat
yeah.
belly that sits underneath. I dig that. My chunky monkey
Yeah,
is the
it
same
looks
thing.
nice.
Oh, here comes the Mensa. Oh, here comes the Mensa.
There we go.
I'll just pass you these two. There's a
bash with the
3LD and a Mensa. A
Okay.
Mensa.
Yeah, I keep having this. It's a 3-legged dog knife, guys. Oh, cool. So, tell me about this one.
Oh, that's so
Um,
nice. That's so nice.
That's actually the most recent from him. It took a while actually to do that knife because I was obsessed with getting red carbo quartz, but they stopped making it. They were actually ordered to stop making it. So we went with the red fat carbon. So yeah, I waited quite a while for that. It's stainless steel ladder Damascus, and it's fat carbon inlaid into fat carbon. I think it's the lava flow inlaid into I think dunes or the black camo carbon. I'm not too sure, but
What steel is this?
that's my fancy knife.
It's Ladinox
Yeah.
Damascus.
Mm.
Oh, sounds so epic.
Sladinox.
Ladinox.
What I like about Rian's knives as well is like what we said now about Strider. You can identify a Manson knife like instantly.
But you know what's really cool? Like I don't know how he does it. Like my machining is not this good. The inlays that he does the inlay that he does inside, so it's literally an inlay. There is no gap. There is no gap. It's how?
Well, I have a
two
simple
atom-
I have a simple answer for you how he does it. It's professionalism.
Professionalism. Oh, that's something I
That's
have
it.
no experience with. There's no professionalism up in this gangster. Oh,
Professionalism,
yeah.
my man.
Cool pouches as well with certificates. That's really cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I
nice.
think you're always going to get a
What model
world-class-
model is that one?
That's the W5.
W5, like full size W5.
Yeah.
Because I had the W5 mini,
Mini.
right? Yeah.
And there's the Medina, which is actually quite nice. I saw it at Brooklyn.
This is an H4, and I think this is his most popular model, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
Mr. Mansa can let us know this is his most popular model.
Boys.
It's
And,
my favorite
Really
model of his.
The most ones that I've seen.
Oh, and check out that mirror polish on that thing.
One
on
day,
that
man.
bit.
One day.
One day when I'm big, yeah,
One day. Yeah.
that is really cool. It's also fat carbon, bar.
Yeah.
Look,
It's the
look at this
purple
drop.
eyes.
Look at this drop.
Perfection.
Oh,
Can you hold
man,
it
I love
closer to the microphone? I want to see if I can hear like the. Yeah, that's also like a very nice sound. I'm getting like heavy into like knife acoustics and what they sound like. Like if you have like an A2 knife or something that has a super like iconic sound to it, the thwack, they call it
Do you
the
know-
thwack.
You know what helps a lot with the sound of a knife that I've discovered is with skeletonized liners. As soon as you start cutting out in them and you make those
Okay.
liners like lightweight and whatever, you get that. Especially, look, I'm not gonna open up his knife now. Where's the first one? Ah, there we go. There's like big milling. I don't think I'll show it on the camera, but there's big like milling spots on the inside of the titanium, and I think all that amplifies that sound. That's why you get that. Like,
Yeah, I mean the
Yeah.
art of knife acoustics is kind of an engineering problem in and of itself, because you kind of have to learn different materials have a different kind of acoustic sound to them. It's like steel liners, titanium liners, that sort of stuff.
Tell me, why does this one say Manser on the front and that one say three-leg dog knives? Tell us that story, please.
I think Rian would probably answer it best in the comments there. But from my understanding is the Spartan logo with his name is for Guild Show, because he can't enter or go into Guild Show under a branded name. He has to go under his own name.
Okay.
And I think that's as far as I know. And from what I've seen, he tends to make the Spartan knives a bit more special and fancier. Ones
I
with
miss
that
it.
logo.
I miss it. I miss it. I'm not gonna lie. I do miss my Manser so much. It's tearing me up.
I still
What was it?
remember like speaking to you the week after that you sold that. You were like,
Oh
yeah,
man,
I regret that.
I
regret
sold
selling
I
that.
sold a part of my soul with that
Yeah.
knife, man.
I still
but-
remember like a week
As I said,
after you were like,
I didn't commission that custom. It was somebody else's custom that I ended up purchasing or attaining, however way it was. So it wasn't the style, the kind of handle material and whatever that suits me and that I like.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like very special in that way to me, but the knife, what it was just absolutely insane. Yeah.
I don't
But
think it looked evil enough for Parks.
Yeah, it didn't look evil
Pearl
enough. It
isn't
didn't
like
look
a
evil
Parks
enough.
vibe.
But I'm telling you,
wasn't menacing.
if I chose what went in those handles and things, there was no ways I'd probably trade my house rather before I said.
So let's chat about that then. What would you choose for materials?
Ooh, I like copper. What's that? Copper, not coral.
Kumai.
Space coral.
Do you know what I did on that subvert the other day?
Suma.
The subvert. Remember that copper carbon fiber?
The space
Oh,
coral. Hey,
Not
Um,
space coral. That's too.
No,
That's too
let me
dense.
Google it.
Yeah, too dense.
The snake skin.
No, but Byron, man, it's. I'm gonna tell you now. Marble carbon. There we go.
Oh,
Marble
there we
carbon.
go.
Copper
Marble
marble.
carbon,
Shred.
there
Yeah,
we
yeah,
go,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Not
it.
shred.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
not shred.
marble.
Marble. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
The blankets are coming. The blankets are coming.
Show them.
yes.
Just show them. Throw them all on the
There's
screen.
that's just the standard 3.3 on washes.
Oh,
Check out that.
that's so nice.
That wood. And that's wood, and it looks like fire, man.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Phil, can I ask you a favor?
Yeah. Wait.
While Byron is there, just slip that to one side and then just post it to
One time we gotta do that.
That's one of my favorites. With the Dammer steel and the glow in the dark
Oh,
backspacer.
so
Now
nice.
tell me, you
So nice.
big Blanc fan, right?
Mm.
Yo, this guy
Tell us where
is
it
a
started.
surfer, right?
Yeah, he's a surfer and fisher. He's a Cape Townian.
Say no more. Say no
Yeah,
more.
He's got a good life there, and yeah, more power to him if he can live it.
But it's
Yeah, he stays Cock Bayside.
pretty hard to get hold of one of these days. Apparently, there's quite a waiting list, as far as I understand. Yeah.
I think around April, because he's got a lot of orders, but he also wants to do his own knives. You know, like a few knives with his own combination using the steel. he
Maker's
wants in
choice.
that.
Maker's
Yeah.
choice stuff. Yeah.
Whereas
yes.
you know, and explore and experimental. So
Yes, of course, of course. Can you tell
once
us a
he's
little bit
finishing off a
about
run
Ollie?
now,
Like Ollie, you know, as far as I know, Ollie is like 100% self-taught as well. He didn't have any like mentors and that sort of stuff when it comes to knife making. He pretty much learned everything by himself from YouTube, like in the shop, just trial and error.
yeah. I think it started off as a bet. His buddy said, "I'm gonna make a knife," and Ollie said, "I'll make a better knife."
Oh
And
yeah.
that's how it started. And
Okay.
yeah, he went. Sorry, again, this thing. Hey. So anyway,
Gotta deep throat this one, bro.
I'm trying to think. It's a bit big, eh? So yeah, he watched I think Gareth Bull video on frame locks
Oh yeah.
on YouTube somewhere. Went and bought a grinder from Boulder's Warehouse or someone.
Like
belt
a
grinder.
sander, like a
Yeah.
belt sander.
Yeah. And that's how he started making knives, and everything's been trial and error and YouTube. Not
and I
one
must say,
single
from
lesson.
trial and
Ever.
error to perfect lockups, no mentor, like no flaws at all
And
that I
also
can
on the
find.
most rudimentary equipment around. There's no CNCing in that.
I must say, it's one of the most elegant ways of doing a pocket clip, Ollie's pocket clip. I really like Ollie's pocket clips, man. It's one of the highlights of his knives.
They are
just
so
clean.
simplistic, eh? Yeah.
And it works.
It really is. And it's he obviously hand grinds that because he doesn't have
Yeah.
machinery for that. That's absolutely cool, man.
I think he's got a small little Vormac now, tiny, that most guys would use for finishing and that, which he grinds on.
Oh yeah.
He's got an ancient little mill with the little handle jiggies, old lathe, and 19 footsack bench drill. That's it, eh?
Yeah.
And
I've seen this.
A lot
I've
of
seen the famous bench drill, yeah.
filing, and it's like a really hands-on knife. If you want a hands-on knife, you're gonna get a hands-on knife from him, definitely.
Here's one
How
of
did
my
you
pet
meet
peeves.
Ollie?
Just from ordering knives from him. I got my first one from him maybe 4.5 years ago, and then I just liked it. So I ordered another, and then we just started chatting and that, and then became friends through that way after like 4 years of ordering and that.
This is
Okay.
So
awesome.
now, like,
yeah, it's quite a bit.
Yeah,
bigger.
Phil, you're holding
Yeah.
my favorite. Right.
No, this
That
is
one's
one of
my
my pet
favorite.
peeves. These holes, man. Like, it's not for me. Like, it looks cool there, but yeah, I don't want to live with that. It'll be cool to tie around a stick with some paracord and go spearfishing and stuff like that. That'll be cool. I see that's pretty much the only. Yeah. Why does he do that? Is this for looks or is it that his way of weight saving?
What?
That's speed holes.
The speed holes, yeah.
I think it's
Speed
weight
holes, bro.
saving and a bit of a trend.
A bit of a train, yeah.
Yeah. People like them, people
Definitely a
don't.
trend.
To me, they're much of a muchness. I don't hate them.
Who posted the other day a front flipper one of these? Was it
Me.
you? Did you bring
And
that
I
one?
forgot that at home with the other
Oh
knives.
man. Oh
Like
man.
that prototype.
Oh,
the
that
white
looks
one.
cool. Yeah, I like a front flipper. I
But
really.
all of those are on washers, and this one's on washers.
This is the compound grind one.
Yeah.
He does some really cool compound grinds as well.
That's the one
Oh,
Rachel
that's
wants.
nice. That's
Badly.
super nice.
Oh, I like Raitz's plonk. Raitz's got a cool plonk. Yeah, Raitz's got a really cool plonk. Plonk. Why do we call it plonk? We shouldn't be calling it plonk.
Yeah,
It's
why is
plunk
it?
at
I've
knives.
wondered the same thing. Why do people call them plonks? Where did
It happened
plonk
on
come
boat
from?
one day.
It's just a group thing, I guess.
I think it was actually Jeandre Mostert.
Genre, yeah.
Yeah, that started plunk, if I can recall.
Okay.
Called it one of those plunk dinguses or plunk things. And it just stuck from there. Even Ollie calls them plunks now. So
I've
Yeah,
heard
it's officially a
so
plonk.
many people refer to them to plonks. Yeah, so many. Like not even just people on our group or whatever. It's like when I see comments and everything, it's like oh plonk plonk plonk, and then yeah,
Yeah, they're calling Byron the plonk whisperer
plonk whisperer. Yeah.
on the chat.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, when he drops a knife, all of a sudden, I don't know how, but like I get the DMs for knives. Like, hey, can you get
seen
me
that
on
one.
Ollie's books?
Have I seen that one?
This is a bearing one.
Oh, bearing. Man. So what is this material? That's not Mexican blanket.
No,
eh?
that's same company. What's it? GL Henson and Sons, but that's
super
the
nice.
Starry Night. It's like meant to be reminiscent of the Van Gogh painting.
Yes, yes.
And
It does
it's
look like a Van Gogh painting. I was
Magna
going
Cut.
to say that. I was going to say that's Magna Cut. Yeah.
Nice,
So is this a
nice.
reverse Danto or is this a Warncliffe? Ooh.
The lines are so blurred these days. It's like a worn toe, if you
So-
want to ask
A
me.
Wanto. There we go.
Yeah.
A
Wanto.
Warnto. Yeah. Somebody needs to define that stuff, like proper write a thesis or paper or something to define what is a Warncliffe and what is a Sykes. What do they call it?
Sex.
Dude,
Yeah.
knowing the knife community, there is probably a breakdown out there of different blade shapes that are like
There
200
is,
pages
but
long.
like the lines are so blurred. It's unbelievable.
Oh, that's a good drop, eh? So this is one of the first bearing versions, right?
I think, yeah, he hasn't made a lot so far.
And for one of the first tries, I mean, perfect blade centering, perfect drop, perfect lockup, perfect finish. Oh, pocket clip change on this one. I don't know if I can show. Yeah.
Okay,
it's a-
that's more of
yeah.
a contoured one. Yeah.
I wouldn't say more contoured.
Yeah,
you
the
see
other
that
one
one
was
is
the bend.
that one is
Yes,
a bend
yes,
and that one
yeah.
is straight with a little clippy
Oh,
on
okay,
there.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one do you
Guys,
prefer,
knives
Byron?
are
The
always
clippy one or the
evolving.
flat one?
I haven't really carried that knife. That was actually a gift from Ollie,
Wow.
believe it
Okay,
or
awesome.
not. Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, you've paid his rent for the last 3 years, so I mean, I would assume.
So, yeah, I was expecting to pay for the knife, and he actually built it for me as a gift. So, yeah, that was quite amazing.
That's
Quite
epic.
a
That's
thoughtful
epic.
gift.
Okay. We're gonna. Did you bring more? Is there more?
No. we
Okay,
had
so
knives.
we're gonna quickly hit our second sponsor and come back, and we're gonna give this guy the 5-finger death gauntlet before we carry on.
There's something else
talking
that I
about
want to
With
ask
my
him too,
mangled
which
fingers.
We can get
I'm
to
very
that after the
interested in,
sponsor because
but
we've
let's
only
do the
got
sponsor.
half an hour left. All right, so
Yeah,
we've got to
we've got
get through
enough
the
time.
sponsor.
There we go.
Cool.
This episode of the EDC Show podcast is brought to you in part by Neotronics SA. Founded in 2015, Neotronics has a passion for all things electronic, CNC, and robotics related. With over 5,000 registered customers and 4,000 CNC machines sold so far, they have what you need. whether that's lasering custom corporate gear or building a CNC machine for your new business. So, if you are looking for lasers, Arduinos, motors, or CNC equipment, go check out the link in our description.
We are back. We were just forced to watch through adverts. It sucks.
Back.
Sucks having to have
Hey,
adverts, but
hey.
we love our
That was-
sponsors profusely. We cannot go without them. You guys make the world go round. Thank you.
Plus, that was my sponsor read, so you kind of have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, I'm leaving the show. Byron, okay, so you've shown us obviously your knife collection now and your favorite knives, but I wanted to ask, what's next on the list? What's a new acquisition? Besides all these knives, what else is there that's kind of catching your attention recently that you really, really want? That's within grasp, I would say, not an unobtainable thing.
There's so many. I'm actually after. This thing is killing
You need to
me.
get your face, like, because
Okay.
you're hiding behind this mic, okay?
I'm actually after a new auto at the moment. Well, not an auto, OTF, but
What you
I
looking
just
at
can't
getting?
decide. I'm liking those axials.
What are the options? What are the
That
options?
new
Let's-
OTF from the US. I'm liking that EOS
What
Harpoon.
the Gareth got?
No, it's an American made.
That's
It's
lucky-
called Axial.
Because Gareth
He's
just
got
got
the
that,
Max Ace.
that lucky packet looking one the other day. It really, really.
The rubber
cool.
band one.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one that's hammered together and stuff. It's really.
Rates
really
a lot
Uh,
for him off Alibaba.
Axial shift. Is it called an axial
Wish.com.
shift?
He wishes.
Is it this, Byron?
Pardon? Yeah, the dagger version of that.
Freaking camera won't focus.
Axial.
The dagger version, you said, eh?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. Axial. This is a red version. So we'll show that. Is it this one?
Yeah. Those are them.
That's
Okay,
cool.
awesome.
I've read
Awesome.
some good things about them.
Well, they look
not
very
read,
nice.
Seen.
Oh, now we're talking about
green
ODFs.
one,
I just
okay.
wanted to mention the Dirac, the Dirac version of the Microtex. I've never had to fix a Dirac ever.
Okay.
They just work. Yeah,
It's probably
But
one
what's
of my
different
favorites.
on
I'm
them?
just saying. Yeah.
What's
So
different on them than the
where,
normal
where
one?
most OTFs, the button sits on the side there, and I don't know if this makes any difference to whatever. I just think they perfected on the Dirac. The actuation button sits on the face, so it literally sits flat on the face, and you actuate it like
Okay.
this. It's easier to actuate because you've got more meat in your hand to hold
Yeah,
instead
you
of having
can
to.
get a little bit of a
and-
better.
Yeah, I really dig the
Ollie
Dirac.
has a Dirac, and he says
Yeah.
he's never had a problem with
Yeah,
it.
I've never had to. I've customed a couple of them, but I've never had to sit and fiddle and fix and all
It's a
sorts of
nice
stuff.
looking.
Yeah, and I would have assumed different because there's so much more going on in there. You've got you've got extra carriers and things on the inside that can go wrong, but they just don't. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, I like a Dirac a lot.
Well, you need to get better at showing a desktop. People showing these examples.
I'm gonna just quickly show these guys. I'm gonna switch over to the desk here just so that these guys can see how much knives are laying on this table right now.
Oh my
So,
lord!
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Just-
pretty hectic.
I like
let's
this.
pop
Nee?
them.
Okay, you see the table? Just grab like a gooiing sak, nee? You hold it under the table and then you just go like this, all into the bag, and then post net, George.
Take them out there. Let's take them out there. This will be a cool. I don't know if this will make a cool thumbnail because it's really low quality with this camera, but
You
yeah,
can just take a photo afterwards with your camera.
yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
gonna take a freaking epic
Yeah,
photo.
that'll
yeah.
be freaking cool. That'll be very cool.
Now look how big this Strider is compared to all that extra on. And
So what else? What else, Byron? What else was on your wish list? Do you accept the OTFs?
There's actually a knife called. It's made by a guy in. I'm trying to think where he's from. Eastern Bloc, Bulgaria. It's made by an
Okay.
OEM. I don't know who the OEM is. It's called Picaroon Tools. And
Okay, cool.
he makes quite a cool looking little frame lock. Kind of like a sheep footy, warny, stabby looking thing. It's
Okay,
very
awesome.
nice. Yeah.
Picaroon tools. Oh, I see. Oh, that looks
Yeah,
nice.
you get a
eh?
Makata one and a full
This is
tar one.
super nice. Wait, I like
So-
this.
Just getting it
Show
from
this.
Bulgaria would be a bit difficult.
Marais Hatting just asked a really cool question.
That's super cool.
Mr. Hatting asks, why is flame anodizing tougher than standard anodizing on titanium? I'm going to be very honest, and I'm going to tell you, I'll answer this next week because I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to go and do a little bit of research, but it really is. Anodizing, here we go. This is something that I have noticed. The higher the voltage you go on electroanodizing, the tougher it does get. So you're building crystals on titanium, which refract and absorb light in different wavelengths, and therefore the size of the crystal that you grow when you electroanodize reflects different wavelengths of colors, and I think it's the size of the crystals that you grow depending on how tough it is. And this is a thumbsuck answer for a little taster, but that's about it. I should actually flame anno something bronze and electro anno something bronze and do a little bit of a rub test on it and just check if it really is or if it's just our imaginations. Yeah.
It would make
We're gonna
sense that a
repurchase
flame
it.
anno is a little bit more tougher, because if you think, it's kind of the same principle with wood. When you flame like the outside layer of a piece of wood, it immediately hardens the wood as well. So it makes kind of sense, right?
Yeah. Oxide layers when you flame anno. I don't know how that process works on Gareth's favorite word, a molecular level. So yeah, I don't
Molecular
know.
level. Okay.
But yeah, that's a really, really, really cool question, man. Thank you.
I want to
Thank
know
you.
that crystallized titanium process works. That Tarkron. Have you seen it?
No, not at all.
It's titanium that looks like, you know, that cracked ice treatment they do on titanium? Which just
Yes.
this
Yes.
is the whole way through solid. Looks
Wow.
like crystal faceted titanium. It's called Tarkron.
I know they say that.
They build watch cases, knife liners, and
Definitely want to go and check that. I know they say that a flame anode, so electro anode just sits on the surface, all right? So you can get through it easily. If you pocket wear after a year or whatever, you're going to get through it. You're going to see bare titanium again. But flame anodizing, and I would assume that it goes deeper because I've tried to grind that stuff off already, and it just keeps showing up after that. And so we chuck to remove anodizing. I dip it in some acid, and electro acid comes off within 1 or 2 seconds. Literally comes
Yeah,
out.
because it's probably just like the
there's
topmost layer of leather of
there's
of,
nothing
titanium,
on
sorry.
it.
Yeah.
But I've had flame anodizing here that I have struggled, that I couldn't get off. I've left hours in acids, and to the point where you're going to start screwing and fucking up the titanium. So
Yeah.
you got to take it out and start scotch brighting, and you will scotch bright for days to get the flame ano off. I personally hate that stuff because having to fix it is a problem. But
What kind of
for
temperatures do you look like when you flame titanium? Like on the grinder, when you're grinding titanium, does it get hot enough to like anodize the titanium?
definitely.
So you kind of have to be very, very careful when grinding
Gotta be very
your
careful.
liners and that sort of stuff, eh?
Yeah, and it's also very difficult to maintain a constant heat throughout titanium per flame anode. So if you do the lock bar side of titanium, as soon as you start taking a blowtorch and you heat this up, you'll find that the lock bar is the first thing that heats up. You won't get that lock bar the same color as the rest of the knife. I'm willing to bet that you can't do it. It's always going to get
There's
hotter.
kind of
And,
like a scientific method to it. Can you have to kind of use like one of those those little ovens, those
yes, if you
ovens
stick
that
it
you
in
can
the
regulate
oven,
the temperature.
and if you can regulate the temperature
Yes.
properly, but you're talking about very hot, you're talking about glowing, you're talking about 350 degrees. I'd probably say between 250 and 350 degrees, and your average home oven's not really going to go there. And we're talking Celsius, you're not Fahrenheit.
Definitely not. Definitely
So
not.
you need a very specialized oven to be able to do that.
Like a kiln almost. You need one of those like kiln things that you can regulate the temperature.
Then you can get a even flame and
This is the
flame
proper anode tool, Phil.
Yeah, that's why I've got a blowtorch as well. I just use it. Because we do a lot of
Yeah.
lightning anodizing. That's something I'd
Yes,
like to
yes.
look in is how does lightning anodizing work, with heating and dipping
Okay.
in the ferrichloride, because that's cool.
How do you do the light adding? Can you explain the process?
So literally, so when you anodize any sort of titanium, it's got to be super clean. Any sort of fingerprint or any form of oil will just show. It won't anode over there because you insulating
Yeah, there's a
with oil
coating.
is
Yeah.
insulating the steel from whatever. So it needs to be clean. It needs to be etched or acided or whatever. And then you take a blowtorch and you heat it up to this pretty ancient Japanese way of doing it. But I put all my lights off, and just before the steel starts glowing, I'll quench it in ferric chloride, and you get that run up. If you go too hot, you get bronzes and browns, yellows, that kind of thing. But if you get it just right, you get all the blues and purples that pop out there. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it just depends on the effect. If somebody wants a more bronzy lightning anode, you
Yeah.
heat up the temperature quite high.
You know what I've
But if somebody
always
likes the
wondered?
blue, yeah.
Timascus. Can you explain to me what Timascus really is? Because I mean, I know you get different grades of titanium, and there's like a bunch of different like composites and whatever. And the steel guys are probably
It's the same
know,
thing, man. It's two different
does
grades of
Damascus work?
titanium that is mixed together or forged together to make a
Yeah.
pattern. The same as the Damascus on a knife, and then
Okay.
it gets the color comes out with heat. So you'll actually
Okay.
put it in an oven and bake it. Some guys, if the part is small enough, you can heat it with a blowtorch to get your colors. But you pretty much need a kiln or an oven to be able to maintain a certain temperature. And then
Yes.
that grade of titanium will change color different than the other grade of titanium that it's mixed with, and therefore you get your pattern. Yeah.
Are you familiar with how the grading works on titanium? Like, is there different hardness levels? Is there like just a different composite? How does it work?
I haven't spent enough time as a welder welding titanium. I've welded quite a bit of titanium, but you do get different grades of titanium. But I cannot tell
Okay.
you what that is about. I can tell you what
How it
steel.
works, yeah.
It's steel.
Okay.
But titanium, I wouldn't even know what to order if I needed to build a titanium exhaust. I need to speak to the professionals. You tell me. I'll send you a sample. You send me some of that. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Byron, do you prefer stonewashed titanium or like the polished kind of anode look on titanium?
Blasted.
Blasted.
Yeah, to me, definitely blasted. I'm not
Okay.
a big acid wash kind of guy.
Okay.
It's not my favorite treatment.
Mm.
Yeah,
I do
rather
like the blasted
coat
kind
it
of
in
look,
black
but
or hand satin it for me.
I
really
like
like the-
anodizing over sandblast. I dig that effect.
the
you get it
anodizing
rough.
of the sandblast.
The color isn't very vibrant,
Yeah.
but it just is that dull form of color that and it doesn't reflect light as tactical as shit. You gotta
course,
look tactical. Yeah.
Is it true that the color green is the most difficult color to get when you're anodizing titanium?
Yes. Yes.
Why
Most
is it so
definitely
difficult?
yes. It's the highest voltage, the highest color, the last color that titanium goes before it starts burning and going silver
okay.
again. Not silver.
Okay.
It looks like it's been sandblasted if you go over
Yes.
that voltage. So and it's such a small voltage range that you get that green in, that if you just overcook it a little bit too much, it's back out,
Yeah.
sandblast, hand
Okay.
finish, back from scratch. Yeah.
Okay. So the
I'd
margin
still-
to get like the perfect color of green is like really small.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything other than that, gold and pink and bronze and blues,
Bronze,
it's fairly very simple.
Or
Yeah.
that weird. When Rian got that brownie, remember that one?
That chocolate. Oh
that
yeah. no,
chocolatey
yeah.
brown, and I've never seen anything like that
He's-
in my life.
He's keeping that voltage very close to his heart. He doesn't want to tell me which
Best
voltage.
anode job I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Hands down.
That's really cool. I had no idea how titanium, anodized titanium to look like chocolate. It's really happy.
That knife's stunning.
Byron, you've worked with a lot of makers, kind of doing the custom stuff and whatever. What maker was your favorite to kind of work with when it comes to custom work?
You're gonna put him on that spot.
Yeah, that's quite a spot. The most accommodating, I would say, is Ali. And Rion's also pretty like accommodating. They're always like prepared to listen, talk about your knife, and you always get what you want out of them. You know, then like they're not those guys who always want to make what they make. I mean, that's why Ollie's gonna take a break to make what he wants to make now, because like he's very much into giving his customer what they want, because then they're obviously gonna love the knife more. So
Yeah.
Of
and
course,
Rian's also a lot like that, you know. They will sit down. Rian's looked at me sometimes and gone, "You want to do what with what?" But then when he's done the knife, he's like pretty happy. Like the mini, the glow in the dark one,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
asteroid Damascus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I first like told him I wanted, he was like, "Ooh, hey."
Yeah, no, straight.
Yeah.
But you'll find different makers are different. So Mr. Rian Manser has got his set forms of knives, his 4 or 5 different models. And you can kick those models out the way you want. So you can choose the steel, and you can choose the handle material and that kind of thing, the inlays, that kind of thing, colors that the annos get. But he will not deviate from his set models. Whereas
Always
some
said
of the other
treatments.
guys will just make whatever you want. I want a knife in this shape, and they'll make it. Which is not always the best thing, because the like Mr. Manser will have he will, because he only focuses on those 5 models. He can dedicate his time and effort into perfecting those 5 models. Every single one is not different, and that kind of thing. So you get a much more perfect finish. Every once in a while, you get the odd guy that can perfect, like Ollie, off the cusp model or whatever. But you'll see Ollie's knives are all pretty much same handle design. They all look the same shape on the handles, all of them, and the blade shape changes. Yeah.
I'm wondering, as a knife maker, would it not be beneficial for you to do like a bunch of different designs, especially in the
No.
start?
No, because
instead of committing to one design
no,
or 5
no,
designs
no.
or 6 designs or whatever.
So I'm taking up most of your podcast. We're supposed to be talking about this guy. We should be discussing this stuff on a different podcast. You know what? We'll get Mr. Rian Manser to come and sit here and talk to us about this. So as soon as he's ready, he can let us know when he's ready, and he can come and sit and chat to us, and we will get some.
Yes.
Yeah, we
That'll be
can
very
leave
cool.
the bums like him alone, and get some real royalty on this show.
Maybe you can get him to do black hardware and clips for me. Have a nice chat with him.
Yeah,
If you're listening, Rian.
I'm sure if you beg him hard enough, he'll let us gun code some things.
MIDI front flipper.
Yes, that's my all-time favorite. That's my dream.
That and
W5
black-
Mini front
Black
flipper.
hardware. Those
Black-
2. Please, Rian.
Possibly. Then I sal hom geld uithaal vir daai. I'll take out money. Yeah. I don't have it, but I'll take it out somewhere. Yeah.
Run some credit card.
Use your imagination.
Maybe he'll give us a 2-for-1 special.
Make it 3. I'll also throw my name in there.
But I definitely like to see that MIDI in a thumb flipper. It's such a nice size.
Yeah.
So
Nice knife,
you like
nice
the folding knives a lot more than the fixed blades. What fixed blades do you like? What kind of do you go towards when it comes to fixed blades? What makers do you like? What knives?
I don't have a lot of fixed blades like from various makers. I do like Mojo, that whole tactical vibe. I've got a few
Like
of
the
the
self-defense
Mojo
kind of vibe,
knives. Yeah. Definitely Johan Jordan.
Yeah, Johan Jordan knows what he's doing. Yes.
Yeah.
Straight.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And Quakens. Jan's actually making a Quaken for me and that we've been planning for a while.
Now, you've actually got an original from Japan sword that I've had here.
Yeah.
Tell us about that story quickly. Where did you get that? And I've seen you even have the mahogany steel in a box. Dude, it's so pretty, man. It's like a nugget of yeah. Oh, dude.
Proper mahogany steel.
I actually discovered a antique dealer in Kyoto, Japan, that I don't know how, I can't remember exactly. that spoke English and shipped to South Africa. So, yeah, he kind of made me quite broke for a while. Sucked my
Yes.
pockets dry. But he had it, and I ordered it from him. And yeah, it's an original. It comes with copies of the papers. It was deregistered by the local school arts board in Japan to be sent to South Africa. And yeah, I think I just lucked out on that because I've always liked Japanese blades. Like, to me, they're beautiful looking blades.
Isn't that thing is still sharp, eh? For
Yeah.
being so old. And look, it's got a patina of it of note. It's not shiny anymore like it needs to be. I mean, that thing's what, 100, 200 years old. How old is it? It's
Edo
quite.
period around
It's-
300.
It's old. It's patinaed.
Oh.
It's slightly pitted, and it's one of those things that not even I wanted to go. Okay, let me fix it up and hand sand it because it's so special that I didn't
Of
want to
course.
touch it. You
Of
don't want to
course.
devalue it.
It's not
that
one of
it's-
those things that you want
Yeah.
to touch anyway, because it's
but
like,
it's still sharp. And
yeah.
Spyderco S30V goes blunt in my pocket from not using it. From my acid sweat, it shit goes blunt after like a month.
Yeah,
Even if
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
use it, it goes blunt. And that thing.
But I mean,
after
it's kind of
so
a
many
different
years-
thing.
it's
You
still
can't
killing
really,
Mm.
you can't really like compare the two because like the
Yeah.
one is like you made in a factory, and the other one is like made by hand using smelters, using like a tower of coals where they literally drip the ore into the coals so that you make a
It's a
hole at the
Tyra,
bottom of the
I think they're
tower so
called.
that the like
You've seen the documentary on YouTube. There's a really cool documentary about the
yes,
making of Japanese swords and the amount of man hours and
of course,
and
of
it's a
course.
different kind of mentality those guys when it
Yeah,
comes to knives.
yeah.
I mean, they believe that the knife's got souls.
Yes,
and
of course.
man, it's got a life of its own, and you got to treat it with respect and all this other
Well,
kind of stuff. And
I mean, if you
oh man, it's
spend
brilliant.
like 200 hours making a knife, of course it's going to have a soul. It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's the
of
thing.
course it's going to have a soul. You know, just with like the polishing of those swords alone, like guys just sitting literally for hours with a knife and like a little cloth on the blade and just freaking sitting
Yeah.
there and polishing their blades. It's insane, dude. It's crazy.
In those wooden pluckies.
In those wooden pluckies. Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
sword's still a life goal. Not the pluckies, but a sword would still be a life goal. Geez, when that one dropped on the group, was it Brian who was selling it? The one that had the maker's name
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the official paper.
Look, Brian's got a big sword collection, eh?
Yo,
He's got a big Japanese sword
that's
collection.
a big goal to own a sword, even if it's a Wazakashi.
Are we gonna? We got about 10 minutes left. We're gonna give this guy the 5-finger gauntlet to run through.
Are we
So
gonna do that? Yeah.
We've changed knives. We've changed knives to a paramilitary 2. Okay. Simply because of the fact that it's a more obtainable knife and there can always be one. Because that knife that I had, the Ace Grand, was kind of not for the show. It was to mod and sell, and it has left. But we can always I can order a Spyderco paramilitary 2 off the back of a spur menu. So it's easier. We're gonna use a PM2. All right. So you're gonna put this in your hand, and
I doubt I'll do this.
he's struggling with a pinky, man.
Yeah, I've broke my hand quite badly. It's held together with pins, so I don't get a lot of leverage out the bottom 2 fingers.
Oh, okay.
They were actually hanging limp like this when I looked down.
So
jeez.
can you flick that knife with your ring finger?
Which one's the ring finger? I'm not married, man.
Oh my god.
It's
Okay.
this one.
Okay. Because
That one.
I'm gonna give you the opportunity. You're allowed to use your ring finger twice. That finger.
Okay.
So if you can't do with your pinky, because I can see you're scarring and all sorts of stuff on the pinky, you're allowed to use that finger. Yeah, you can do it. So we'll give him that finger, which is the most dumb finger, twice. Are you ready? Okay. We're gonna go.
Wait. Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm looking for the wrong place.
Middle. That was ring, middle, pointing finger, thumb, thumb. There we go. And we need one more ring finger. One more ring finger. Come on, one more ring finger. And close, quick. Stop. 23.55 seconds. Officially
That's not bad.
the worst
That's not
time. But 23.55 seconds.
I thought
There we
we'd
go.
Still not
Still
bad
be
though.
Okay, so that is the quickest time we got so far on the paramilitary too. Yeah. So
We're gonna have to have like a list.
that's an
You
easy
should, like,
one, eh?
have
we're
a
gonna
board at the back.
we're gonna start doing the board. I think I'm on that board at the back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So vinyl machine will come soon. So I'll print some vinyls and we'll stick them down there on the board.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Not too bad, Byron. Not too bad. We'll give that one to you.
That was awful.
You have the first PM2 time.
The first PM2 time. Yeah.
The first PM2
the
time.
easiest to beat time.
It's weird. So we've had a couple of guys on the show, and every single one there was disqualifications. Everyone got disqualified except Gareth, and
Yep,
his was
pretty
17
much.
point something, and that was on the Ace Grand. So yeah, you got that penalty, but it's fine. It's fine. You got it. You got it. That's a good time. Yeah.
The PM2 is probably the easiest knife to like flip that way, to do the
yes.
5-finger flip.
Yes,
I think
yes.
I had a Grand, and I tried it with a Grand when I still had the Grand, and it's kind of hard actually, because of the shape of the thumb or the hole, like the spiny hole, being like a circle going into like a smaller circle, so it's like that pretty much.
Yeah,
it's kind of
pinches
hard.
your thumb skin.
Yeah, it
pinches your
does,
thumb
it
skin
does.
as it goes up. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yeah,
it does
so
slow it down.
when you like try and flip it, sometimes your thumb will like catch the blade.
Still, what I don't get is that trademark pattern thing on the spidey hole. It's absolutely retarded. I mean,
It's bonkers.
when you
It's
drill a
bonkers,
hole,
dude.
a hole,
Mm.
it's round. Like,
Here's a
yeah,
question.
it's-
As a knife modder, okay, so you are a knife modder. What if you drill a hole into a different knife? Does that kind of make you part of the whole patent infringement thing?
I have no clue. I've done it a couple of times. One was a massive failure. One was an absolute massive failure. And
That wasn't the best day of your life.
that was not the best day of my life. It's the only thing
Definitely
I've
not.
ever properly fucked up, and I feel so bad. And I dodged the media on that one. Yeah, dodged it. It's still
You-
laying like right there. I mean, I can look at it and I can see how
That was the
badly that
laugh.
fucked up. But it was a bit that they gave me to use, and it turned out to be the wrong bit, and it hooked, and I snapped. It snapped, yeah, and it was not a cheap knife. Yeah, it wasn't a cheap knife, so it is what it
Definitely
is. Yeah,
Definitely not.
but I can see
But
it.
dude,
It looks at me.
That's kind
every
of how we
single day.
learn, eh? That's
You got to
how
be
we
reminded
learn.
of
I
your
mean,
failures. Yeah.
you gotta learn out of this stuff. I mean, like literally my failures box is like sitting like right behind me, like this little box here. It's filled
Yeah.
with epic failures, and you gotta remind yourself of those things, because it's
Look, I
kind of
gotta-
just the only way you learn.
Good track record for me. I got one failure.
One failure.
One.
One failure.
So, and it's a big one. Look, it's a big one. It's career ruining failures.
You should have practiced on one of G's knives first.
Yeah, it was. I was
Probably,
so
eh?
keen. They gave me the bit. I went to go buy a brand new drill press, man. I put that thing down. And I was like, let's do this, man. It's the right stuff. I spent like 2,500 rand on a drill bit to be able to do it, because I can drill through 84 Rockwell steel with this thing. So I was like, yeah, you bitches, take this. It's gonna do it. And the last ball hair it went through to get the hole through, it just shattered the blade. So yeah. Anyway.
Do you know what went wrong, or is it like just something like that you don't know that just happened?
And I've used more bits like that to drill through other knives. I've used
Yeah.
another bit that I bought to drill through the exact same knife, and with no issues. It was just that one, and the problem was that specific knife was very special to somebody, and that's what screwed it up for me, man. It wasn't like, I can just go buy another one and replace it. It was that specific serial number matched with somebody, and it was really, really, really a special knife. And don't
You
laugh, it's not
unspecialed it
funny.
very quick.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
bring
It
you
was
back
just
to
the
Earth. I'll also
knife
tell a
went
little
forward.
story.
Mhm.
I'll bring you back to Earth. I'll tell you a little story. So someone asked me to make a wallet for them, and the guy that it was for is probably watching now. I still feel bad about it to this day, and I'm just waiting for the ideal opportunity that I can make up for this. So what happened was, it's when Xavier Knox, the very known maker, Xavier Knox, used to make these little tiny knives that are like little box openers that had like a ring in it that you can hold, and this tiny little blade that came out of it. And he told me like, okay, I have this idea, make me a wallet with like a little holder on the front of the wallet that can hold this little knife. And I think the story goes, I think his father bought him the knife or something like that, and it was a special knife, obviously, for him. And he sent me the knife alongside some other stuff, but like big stuff, big things. And when the package came, I opened everything, I took the big stuff out, and then I threw away the packaging. And I made him like some really nice like knife rolls for his like cutlery knives and whatever. And I sent him the things, and he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Thanks so much for the work. Did you remember the wallet with the little knife pocket in the front?" And my whole body went into a cold sweat. I was like, "Fuck!" Like, holy shit.
Sorry, guys, we've got a spammer in the chat right here. I don't know how to block it. I don't know how to block them at all. Let me just go click here, block. There we go, block.
Yeah,
Done. Sorted.
Anyway, back to the story. I got a cold sweat, like a legit cold sweat over my entire body. I'm like, oh shit. This knife, this small little tiny knife, must have been thrown away with the packaging, because he bubble wrapped the ever loving shit out of everything. It was like bubble wrap everywhere, and I didn't remember that he sent me like this tiny knife, and I threw it away, and it was months later. So obviously, you know, me having thrown away the packaging and everything, I'm like, dude, I have some bad news. Like I think what happened was the packaging and everything. I think I threw away your knife, and I could like feel the anger through this guy's messages. It's like he I can't even remember the chat that we had, but it was like, oh, it's fine, dude, but I know it's like that, like, fuck, bro, I can't believe you threw away my knife. He didn't say that, but I could feel those words in his messages, and for like 5 weeks I was like feeling bad every day. I was like, oh, I lost this guy's knife. How am I going to make it up to him? How am I going to make up to him? And he didn't pay me for the work that I did for him, and I have never charged him anything for anything.
Another
afterwards.
spammer. Can you believe that? Dude, I can relate. I had the exact same issue.
I feel so bad. I
threw away somebody's knife and material. Same. The package. I just couldn't find it, and I thought I did. And after I had said sorry, and this guy with this knife is irreplaceable, has been regrinded by this guy who's dead already, and all sorts of other stuff, and the material is special stuff that can never be found. Only to find out that I never collected it at Postnet. And I found it after I'd already told him I fucked the shit away.
Oh my word! So he was probably happy when he found out that you had it still.
yeah, dude, that saved me. But there was at least a happy end to my story. But
there's no happy ending to my story. It's like I'm still like I've even messaged Xavier like, dude, when you make these knives again, I need first option. Like, please, I need to, because Xavier's not a small knife maker. I mean, people gun for his knives. As soon as he's like posted stuff and it goes up for sale, it's like, oh, boom, it's sold. So I'm still waiting to repay him for that mistake.
We got 5 minutes left. I'm gonna say the most intelligent question today is Marais Hatting with his question about the anodizing flame versus what's the name. Brew, this coin is yours. It'll come with your package. Do you want to close out? Do you want me to close out? Is still something you want to say?
I think I'll close out. I'll say, Byron, dude, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
And I really, really enjoyed looking at your knives. And just remember, just
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him now and bury him under the lava.
Please do, please do. There's you know which one. I gave you the code. I gave the hand signals.
If you guys can't get hold of Byron later, it's because that guy's dead. I got some knives for sale. Hit me up.
But anyway, Byron, dude, you should come on again. I really enjoyed chatting with you. And finally, I don't think me and you have ever had like a phone conversation. We've just chatted over WhatsApp, and it was nice to finally chat with you a little bit.
You too, man.
Phil, as always, I really enjoyed chatting with you. And
Thank you.
Guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
100%. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks so much.
Thanks to the spammers in the chat. This is the third one I've just blocked. Just straight out spamming. But let's hear a last word from the sponsors.
That's a bit harsh on G, calling him a spammer.
Yeah, it's probably G. We'll see you all next week. Goodbye.
Cheers, guys.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
This episode of the EDC Podcast Show is in part brought to you by Knife Machine Tools and Supplies. KMTS is a proud South African knife making supply shop. They have been sourcing and supplying knife makers with premium quality goods and raw materials and hardware at affordable prices for over 20 years. KMTS also hosts a number of knife making events where top SA knife makers come and show the newbies exactly how it's done. If you want to learn how to make a knife, they also have a fully equipped training facility. So check out KMTS down in the link in the description below.
This episode of the EDC Show podcast is brought to you in part by Neotronics SA. Founded in 2015, Neotronics has a passion for all things electronic, CNC, and robotics related. With over 5,000 registered customers and 4,000 CNC machines sold so far, they have what you need. Whether that's lasering custom corporate gear or building a CNC machine for your new business. So, if you are looking for lasers, Arduinos, motors, or CNC equipment, go check out the link in our description.